I don't deserve God's love. I don't deserve my family. I don't deserve any friends. Why am I here? I grew up in a Christian home. Um, I moved to Mr. Wass's when I was 4 because that was when my mom had passed away from cancer. And I moved in with my grandparents, with one of my sisters. Well, the rest of my siblings went to go live with other family members. I grew up in a Christian home, and it was my grandma teaching me about God, and she brought us to church and everything. So we grew up in church, and I knew about God, but at that time I was so, like, my mom had just passed away around that time, so I was so focused on like carrying all this like anger and all this hurt as a little kid. So since I was like, we lived in a really small house, it was pretty nice. I remember she would tell us these stories from the Bible, and then she would explain it to us. And as like a young child, it was really like she would make it in a really easy way to understand, and she really like, I'm really happy I had her in my life, because I had that role model, that Christian role model to look up to, like someone to learn from. And she was always reading the Bible to us and encouraging us to read the Bible. And the year before, I was having a lot of I grew up with a lot of behavioral problems, so my faith started to really, like, I really started to trust in God in grade 8 after I got saved, which was New Year's 2024. They had these youth services at our church in Mr. Wass's. And at some point in the service, they told all the youth to get into a big circle. So I got into that circle, and I was standing there, and I was just looking down. I was just like really depressed at the time. And I was just like, I didn't think I had any purpose in life. I didn't think I was gonna get anywhere. And I remember I was looking down, and these people were going around praying for all the youth, and I just closed my eyes and I put my hands out, and I remember I felt tears falling onto my hands, and I was like, why are you crying? It didn't even get to you yet. You didn't even get prayer yet. And I remember I looked at my brother, and he was getting prayer, and I remember I never really prayed or read my Bible as much before that. So something in me just like told me to pray. They were all the way across from me in this circle, and I was praying for them. And I started like to tear up, and I was like, why are you crying? You have like zero reason to be crying. And then they got to me, and growing up, I always held like this really like big unforgiveness against a lot of people, and I was always angry, and I was sad, and I was hurt. And this woman, she took my hands, and she started to pray for me, and I started like bawling my eyes out. I was crying, and she put her hand on my head, and she was like describing my exact situation, like what I was feeling growing up, where I was. And I had never told anyone these things. And it was like, when she was praying for me, I closed my eyes, and I was just crying, and my hands were shaking, and I knew in that moment I was saved, because all this hurt I was feeling, all this all this anger, it was gone. And I was so shocked, because I felt so peaceful in that moment. I felt so loved and comforted, and I know that was the Holy Spirit coming upon me. So that's when I really started to trust more in God and read my Bible. I started to study it, started praying more, going to like Bible studies and youth groups, and I feel like that's really when I started to trust more in God.
You said that you had like lots of behavioral issues like before this. Do you think that did you see a change in yourself after you got saved?
Before, like growing up, I was a really angry kid. I wasn't really happy. I was always like, I felt really sad. Felt really alone. Like I had no one. And I didn't know if I could ever, like, I didn't think I was ever gonna get better. I don't deserve God's love. I don't deserve my family. I don't deserve any friends. Why am I here? And once I got saved, it was like I found a purpose in my life, because a few weeks before I went to that youth service, I was just like really like close to just giving up one night, and I got on my knees and I said, God, if I have a purpose, if I even have a reason to be here at all, please show me, because I really feel like I don't deserve anything I have. I don't deserve your love. I don't deserve anything. And I was just like asking, please show me if I even have a reason to be here, because I'm really struggling to find one. And then I got saved, not even a few weeks later, and it was like so different from what I used to feel before. I didn't feel so depressed. I didn't feel so alone. It was like I felt new, like a new person. I wasn't able to hold all this unforgiveness against people. I didn't hate anyone anymore. I didn't hate myself. It was like I just let it go. Like this thing I was holding on to for so long, this thing that I couldn't let go of, it was just gone.
You were telling me about like in school, like you kind of feel alone because you're the only Christian there now, and like it was a white man's God, and like they keep coming after you for that. Like, how is it being one of the only Christians in a school setting?
Well, a lot of the time, I do kind of feel like I don't feel alone like as I used to. I kind of come to terms with it. Like, that's all right. People will come. They'll believe in what they believe in, and that's all right. And if they say, it says in the Bible that, we will be persecuted for Jesus' sake. And that's all right. Because he went through that exact same thing we did. He was persecuted. He felt alone. He felt everything that we felt. So when I'm in school, I just remember it doesn't really affect me anymore like how it used to. I'm just okay with it. Yeah, I'm Christian. I'm cool.
I love that. What's one way that God answered a prayer unexpectedly for you?
Well, I've been praying a lot for an opportunity to share. Like, I really want to always share my story, like my testimony to people. And slowly it was like just in church, I went up, shared a little bit of my testimony, and then I started getting more opportunities to share. And then I got into this Generation Hope thingy. And yeah, so
Whatever we are.
it was just like it was just really unexpected, and it just worked out